What's up? Good morning, everybody. I hope you are having a great day. I am very excited to be here this morning. Welcome to the Shred Show live with me, Josh Pitts. And as always, my very special guest, the always entertaining and always insightful and probably one of the most knowledgeable people in our entire industry, Laura Brandao, president of AFR Wholesale. Laura, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me here, Josh. Good morning to everyone.
I say good morning, everybody. If you're joining us, make sure you're commenting. And as always, typically I tab you comment hashtag shred, but because we have Laura on this morning, our special guest, make sure you comment hashtag AFR Wholesale. Again, that's hashtag AFR Wholesale because we've got Laura and we're going to be talking about some really great stuff. And again, if you're in the industry, share this out right now because what we're going to be talking about with Laura this morning is something that can help new buyers get into a new home well before Christmas and on a program. Now, we're going to be talking about something that I typically don't highlight on the show, but Laura and I were talking last week, and it was just so impactful for me. And I get a lot of questions, and Laura, I'm sure you're the same right now. It's like, what can I do to really stand out from everybody else? Are there programs? Are there guidelines? And typically when we say that, people are like, oh, I don't care. I know all the guidelines. I know all the programs, but you don't because AFR just brought a new program out that I'm really excited to talk about. And it's called the DPA Advantage, correct?
That is correct, Josh.
So tell us a little bit about this. Why is this so cool? This is unique. This is exclusive to AFR. So tell us why this is so cool and why the mortgage professionals should really be looking into this right now.
Absolutely. So about a year ago, we rolled out the AFR Advantage program, but that program was a 2% down grant program. Okay. We rolled it out about a year ago. It was fantastic. I mean, the response was phenomenal. We helped lots and lots and lots of borrowers. But as always, like everything in life, you're looking at what's working. You're looking at how you can tweak and how to make it better. And we started thinking about this, that how can we help more families? How can we assist more people to qualify, especially to get into that first home? And there's a real problem happening right now. People just don't have the ability to save. People are living, people are working, people are raising their families, and it's just very difficult for people to save funds to be able to get into a home. So when it was time for the grant people that we actually work with, that we're partners with, to have their new, start of 2020 board meeting, we said, you know what? Why don't we look at this another way? Instead of just a 2% grant, maybe we can offer the full 3.5% down payment program. So we analyzed it, we took a look, and we said, okay, what can we do in order to help as many families as possible? And so, effective as of last Friday, we now not only have the 2% program, we also have a 3.5% down payment program. Now, there are different variations to the 2% versus the 3.5% in terms of compensation plans, which we can get into the details, but the ability to have the full earnest down payment money provided by the grant organization is available to all of our clients out there. Now, just want to mention there's 3 places we can't do it, okay? Washington State, Alaska, and Hawaii. Everywhere else, we can provide this.
Good to go. So this is really cool. And like you mentioned, there's a lot of people out there right now who are struggling to come up with that down payment. And some of you are probably thinking, well, if they're struggling, they probably don't deserve to be in a home. I disagree. And you probably will as well, Laura, because unfortunately, with everything that's changing and the market as hot as it is, anything we can do to provide anyone and everyone the opportunity to own the American dream. The dream, ladies and gentlemen, is owning a home here in America. So Laura, that's exactly what this program allows those who are maybe a little financially strapped right now to get that grant for that down payment.
Absolutely. And very important piece. A lot of people say, well, how much is the second mortgage? What's the lien term payment? What's the repayment on it? How long do they have to stay in the home? Well, guess what? It's not a lien, there's no second mortgage, and there is no repayment of the grant. Oh. So regardless if they sell the home or they refinance the home when it's time for them to be able to benefit for that, there is no repayment.
That is powerful. I mean, there's a lot of programs in different states here and there that are like, oh yeah, well, we'll give you the down payment, but you got to pay it back and you can't move within 3 years. And
Right.
there's all these little constituents that you can't do. This is a true grant. This is truly helping people get into a home.
Absolutely. Now, another very interesting thing is in the state of Wisconsin. Okay, listen to this one. In the state of Wisconsin, we will even refund up to $700 of the appraisal fee in the state of Wisconsin, because the actual grant organization is located there and they want to give back to the state in which they reside in. So look at that. In the state of Wisconsin, even the appraisal up to $700 is refunded.
Holy cow. Now, this is cool. Now, let's talk about those people who can actually qualify for this program. Does it have to be a first-time home buyer? Can it be somebody? Is there a certain credit score required? Let's talk about some of the actual guidelines.
Absolutely.
Just because everybody's like, wow, who can qualify for this right now? They're starting to think in their head. So let's really kind of dive into a little bit about the details of it.
Okay, you got it. So minimum FICO score is going to be 620. Okay, this is an FHA loan. Okay, that's why 3.5. Okay, makes sense. So it is only going to be FHA. So the standard guidelines for FHA will apply. Okay, 620 FICO. Who's eligible? One, first-time home buyer, just like you said. They don't have to be a first-time home buyer. That's just one of the options to qualify. Okay. Now, let's say they are not. And also, first-time home buyer means haven't owned in 3 years. So if they owned before that, they are now a first-time home buyer. Okay, so let's say they are not. Now who qualifies? First responders, teachers, civil servants, medical personnel, veterans if they don't want to use their benefit. And if all of those do not apply, let's say they're not a first-time home buyer, they're not a paramedic or a hospital worker or a civil servant or a veteran, the income level could be up to 140% of the median county income. Now, very important, you don't have to combine the two. The income has nothing to do with if they're a first-time home buyer, that's it. That's the qualifier. Now, if they're none of those things, you can use the income, but it doesn't have to be combined.
So this is what's cool to me. Like you said, if they're not a first-time home buyer, last night I had the opportunity to go to a veterans program at my daughter's school. And I was actually looking around and I literally, this is true story, heard some teachers talking about she was trying to get in a home but couldn't qualify. This is one of those things. And it was struggling with a down payment. This is one of those, ladies and gentlemen, you want to make a difference in your community. You really want to help those who are serving our kids, serving our community. Laura, this is one of those grants that is really beneficial to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. FICO score, DTI is going to be 48.99, approve eligible. Okay. You're looking no refers on this, but that's it. That's pretty simple. It's pretty much almost everybody can fit into one of those categories. And it's a phenomenal program. It really is. And you had asked me a question earlier in regards to, does it take any longer? Absolutely not. The other advantage of this program is the fact that it doesn't have to go somewhere else to be reviewed again. We are, like you said, the only lender in the country that is authorized to be work with the administrator. So our underwriters will go through, make sure it meets all the criteria, and then right before clear to close, we will send and transmit our system direct. We are connected together, and then they will just do a check, and order the funds to go to the table. Wow. So no second review.
So this is cool because back in the day, I used to do a lot of grant programs here in Utah, and you had to be like certified. Is there any type of certification that the loan officer needs, that the home buyer needs to go through to actually be able to qualify for this program?
Okay, so no to the loan officer on that side. As far as the borrower, we do want them to go to home buyer counseling. Okay, they can use like the framework course, for example.
Sure.
Now, the way that works, they can do online. All of that is acceptable. It does have to be HUD approved because it is an FHA loan. The other part of that, if they give us whatever they paid, we will reimburse that up to $100 at the time of closing through a credit towards their closing costs. So even that will get applied as a credit.
That is so cool. So ladies and gentlemen, everybody that's watching this right now, this is not only a program that, again, you can help people get in before Christmas, but everybody has had one of those borrowers that our heart just goes out to them. Like they're trying, they're a teacher, they're, a first responder, they're somebody who's struggling financially. And maybe it was just the down payment they were lacking. They had the credit, they had the income, but just didn't have that down payment. Now this allows them to do that. And now, you may be like, hey, this is a niche. I'm going to go into this. I'm going to really focus on it. Great. That's awesome. But every single one of us, I guarantee it, we have somebody in our past pipeline over the last few months because we all know the market's been hot. We've been talking to a lot of people over the last few months. Now's the time to reach out. I guarantee there's one or two people in your pipeline. They're like, oh my gosh, the Smiths, they didn't have a down payment. This is one of those where they may fall into this. And Laura, that's the beauty of it is it may not be your entire pipeline, but there's one or two people that that could really benefit from it.
Right. And you hit the nail on the head there, Josh. It's not the program for every single borrower, but it definitely does fit the needs of the people that, they're just cash poor. That's it. They're cash poor. They qualify. They have the DTI. They can make the mortgage payment. Their credit is good. All of that is great. They just don't have the savings. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't have that home. They should.
Absolutely. And that's what I agree with you so much, Laura. And that's why AFR Wholesale, everything that you guys are doing from the one-time close to this program, you're finding those unique niches, those little tiny things that not everybody else is doing that, again, allows everybody that's watching this, mortgage professionals, to really separate themselves, to really be like, hey, it's not your entire pipeline, like Laura said. This is not a perfect program for everybody, but there's one or two. That's one or two more families that you get to serve. How cool is that? There are people out there that are looking for this right now, and AFR is giving. And again, you mentioned this, Laura. This is exclusive to AFR Wholesale.
Yes.
Which
is correct.
To me is so exciting. And one more reason that you guys, again, are helping the originator, are helping the local mortgage expert really become the local mortgage expert, really getting in their communities. This is one of those that absolutely can help the community. This is one of those you should be promoting out. You should be the digital mayor that I always talk about and start sharing this with anybody and everybody that you can. Laura, let me ask you this. If everybody's watching this right now, and we even have a couple comments like, hey, how do I get more information? Those who are commenting now, what's the best way for them to learn more about this program?
Okay, so if you're not already a partner of AFR, you certainly want to just email sales@afrwholesale.com so that we can get you signed up. If you are a partner of mine, it's in Resource Center. So it's all online. There's webinars, there's training material. So all of it is fully there. You mentioned social media. I will tell you, many of my partners, they're doing Facebook Lives. They're doing digital posting all over social media for this program because it's a very simple program for borrowers, for realtors, for referral partners to understand. It's not complicated. It's very simple. So this is a great thing to offer to all of your referral partners and families because it's very easy for people. I mean, you can understand a 2% grant or a 3.5% grant that's forgivable.
Absolutely. And this is one of those, you mentioned something that I definitely want to kind of key on for just a second. This is a great opportunity to reach out to your real estate partners, your referral partners. They probably know somebody who's been, hey, they didn't qualify. And maybe they didn't even send this loan to you. They were trying to get it done somewhere else. We've all had those real estate agents. We've all had those, partners that, hey, reach out to them right now today and be like, hey, if you have anybody that was struggling with a down payment, maybe it didn't work out, send them my way. I have access to this exclusive program. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you're trying to find ways to separate yourself. And this is it. What better time, especially going into Christmas, going into the holiday season, that you can really stand out from your competition. And we're always trying to find ways to do that. And now, Laura, AFR has really given them the opportunity to work with those real estate agents. Now, let me ask you this. Is there can you do a build program with this? Can you work with builders at all?
Yeah, it's so funny you mentioned that because I was thinking as you were speaking there. So I had mentioned, we're on the same page, Josh. So yeah, I had mentioned yesterday that I was at a builder's office with a broker in Louisiana. And I was sitting around the table with the broker and the builder, and I brought up the DPA program. Okay, so on the 4 builders for the one-time close, that's going to be a 2% grant. They nearly fell off their chairs. They literally were ready to fall over because they said, do you realize I can put a sign outside of my office saying that I can do brand new construction for 1.5% down? They're like, are you kidding me? So the builder went nuts when we told them that we have this program available for them. So I'm going to tell you right now, what better way to, if you are looking to get into the builder relationships, this is a phenomenal offering coupled together, the 2% grant plus the one-time closed builder program.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. AFR is changing the game. Like, they're giving you all the little tools in the toolbox to be able to build these relationships. That's what it's about. All what we all do every single day. We're building those relationships. We're helping people achieve the American dream of buying a home. Like, that is just it. And Laura, you guys are doing it so perfectly. Like I said, how many of you right now are like, hey, I've had a great year, but now I'm looking to really build in 2020. These are a couple programs. You can go into builders' offices. You can go out to new referral partners and start sharing this program. And that just separates you from everybody else.
Yep.
So I recommend, again, if you didn't hear Laura, you need to get in touch with, number one, if you're not set up with them, you have to get set up with them. Laura, you said sales@afrwholesale.com.
You got it.
So that's what you want to reach out to if you're not already set up. But if they are already, that's a mouthful. If they are already set up, they reach out to who again? Say that one more time. If they're already set up.
So if they're already set up, all of the information in regards to the program would be in the AFR Loan Center and Resource Center. So all of that is in there. So if you have any questions about the updates, as we said, the 3.5 program launched last Friday. So on the 8th of November, all of that is live. So you can utilize the full 3.5% down right now. Okay, so it's live, it's active. You have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to us, the scenario desk, your account executive, go online, any questions, we're here for you. The best part is, like I mentioned, it's a very simple program. It's just a regular FHA purchase loan. You know, the grant piece is a very, very small piece of it. So don't worry, it's timely and moves through very quickly, and we can help these families as soon as possible.
And with that, that's exactly what we're going to set out to do. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to help families. That's what we're serving our communities. I know that's what Laura is so passionate about. That's why AFR is doing what they're doing, is because they get to help you. They get to help you serve your community. Take this opportunity. Take this program right now. Don't be like, oh, well, I'll do that later in the week. Write down some names. Think of some people that you're like, hey, I know I talked to them a couple months ago. This may be the program. Reach out to your referral partner. Say, who do you know that was struggling with down payment? And this may be that program that really sets you apart. Laura, I cannot thank you enough for joining us this morning and sharing this incredible opportunity with our entire industry. As always, like I mentioned in the beginning, you're just always full of great surprises and the best knowledge in the industry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Josh. Take care, everyone.
Guys, as always, we appreciate you. We love you. Make sure you show up, you hustle, you repeat every day. See you guys soon.